In an industry that I found early on was chock full of quick fixes and overnight success and freebies of this and freebies of that, reinforcing these patterns of a quick hit, a quick fix, the sprint and the fast-paced success, manifestations, instantaneous quantum leaps and miracles manifested, right? And what's fascinating is that the way that I began my journey was steady uphill. Steady, strong, rooted. Some might say slow, but it was very deliberate and very intentional. As I navigated my own healing, evolutionary, and spiritual awakening journey. And when I began really diving into and getting even more into the personal development and spiritual growth worlds as far as my career and my profession, so not just something that I was interested in for myself and like self-help, but really witnessing how my passion for it was also igniting my gifts and desiring new ways to show up in the world and to be of service. And I was inundated with and fascinated by, honestly, by all of it. I wanted to read every book, listen to every coach, learn from all of these big names, and I wanted to dive into these huge courses, and I signed up for a ridiculous amount of freebies, and I purchased small investment offers, guidebooks, and mini courses and master classes, and signed up for every email that I could find. And I just wanted to learn as much as I could, soak it all in, and be able to not only help myself more, but to serve more people with not only my gifts, but what I was learning through my education and through my ways of gathering information and facts and putting it into practice and applying it all. And as I'm reflecting on the early years of this part of my journey and the energy behind it that I detected a few years ago now within the personal growth and personal development, spiritual development world and industry, is so much of it is focused in a lacking, not enough, fear-based, preying on vulnerability energy. And it's focused on instant gratification and overnight success and all of these illusions that, for me, having gone through multiple soul deep, fully embodied transformations, and being on this journey of self-healing since I was 16 years old. I am now 38 and a half as at the time of recording this. And being able to reflect and say, wow, all of those quick hits and all of those quick fixes, they do support you in the moment. They do open you to new perspectives and new awareness. There is some value in these things, in these moments of inspiration and information and what's out there to consciously consume. There's a lot out there to support people in moving their needles forward. But the challenge for me became the pace and moving from this book to the next book, to the next book, to the next book, to the next book. Moving from this course and this teacher to the next course and the next teacher to the next freebie to the next email to the... Do you see how that energy is just fragmented and scattered and chaotic and jumping? And all of that was from within me as a seeker, seeking the knowledge, seeking the wisdom, seeking to use these tools externally, and also not realizing that many of them were not pointing me internally, which is the whole point of personal growth and spiritual development. It is utilizing the external resources, people, guides, mentors, teachers, information, education, wisdom, and awareness, to then take it inward, to take it introspectively, and to connect deeper with inside of yourself. And everything is meant to lead you in to a deeper sense of connection, awareness, and empowerment. So then you in turn radiate in a new way. So you transform internally in an embodied way. So you heal the depths within you and rise up and through it into a higher version of yourself that feels so much more free to be. And you take that into your life and relationships and the things outside of yourself. So you're presenting and showing up to the world and to your life differently. And so as I'm reflecting on my journey, and one of the things that I practice, the ways that I live, but also something that I value, is being in it for the long game. Not just here for the quick hits and the sprints, but I am in this for the long game. I am in this for the long term. I am in this for the marathon of life. And it feels important to express that and come into this deeper awareness of it and really trust and honor my path of being in this for the marathon and the long haul. And setting myself apart in a way that shows that showcases that doesn't give false promises and feeds people's minds with the illusion of this happens instantaneously. Can miracles and manifestations happen overnight and seem to drop into your lap like a miracle from the sky? Certainly, it feels that way. It does. It does. When it occurs into your physical reality, it feels like, oh my gosh, and here's the miracle. And also, on the other end of that statement is, oh my gosh, and here's the miracle I've been praying for. And here's the miracle that I've been working towards. And here's the miracle and the desire on my heart that I've been moving towards for all this time. And here's the miracle that is manifested physically into my reality and into my life, that I have been intentionally, deliberately cultivating inside of me to be in alignment with, to clearing the layers that were not in alignment with it, to rise into the version of me that I had to be to experience it and to receive it fully. This is what I've been moving towards. This is what I've been praying for. And here's the miracle. And here are the many miracles. And that courageous soul journey is full of depth and truth, and your heart breaking over and over and over again to let more light and love in. It's a journey of the walls and the guardings that you've held onto and the wounding that's been ailing you, coming to the surface to be illuminated from the light of pure, unconditional love and source, God, presence, and worthiness, to infuse every part of your being, your aliveness. And that is a dance of spiraling up out of old patterns, out of old programming, updating your foundations and your roots and your belief systems, opening your mind to new thoughts and new ideas and feeling feelings you may have never experienced before, in safety, in vulnerability, knowing you are supported and protected. It's taking actions in a whole new energy, in a whole new way, and possibly different action steps than you are used to, including rest, relaxation, and receptivity. And this is a journey of devotion. It is a journey of space and time. It is not a journey that can be rushed or forced or let me move past this or bypass this or suppress or deny or avoid this. It is a journey of looking directly in the mirror and being courageous enough to get honest and truthful and clear about what's in and on your heart, and finding safety and safe places and safe people to support you in your journey as you rise up, and the importance of that, so that you do feel held and led on your journey within. And I'm speaking from experience of knowing how unfortunately lonely it can feel when you don't know who to turn to, who can hold space for you, who understands at the depths that you are feeling, and to help you piece it all together and simultaneously encourage and remind you of who you are and your power. This is a sacred soul journey. And having someone there, a guide, a mentor, a community who gets it, is priceless, invaluable. And I know for me, my whole journey, every time that I did feel lonely, I also reminded myself that I was never alone. But that was my spiritual connection that I felt and that I called on. It was my belief in God and Source and my angelic team and the spiritual realms and my ancestors and my loved ones who have transitioned. It was always feeling them and their presence and knowing so fully that they were with me, and then witnessing the signs and the synchronicities and hearing their messages pouring through me, feeling their energy with me. All this time, that's been true for me. What I've leaned on, what's been plenty. And then slowly and surely, humans started showing up in my world who could also reflect this back to me. My husband, a few close friends, and yet still, at times, it felt as though something was missing. And that was my signal that more was calling me forward. The connection of community and the connection of being able to guide, mentor, teach, and lead. Paying it forward, if you will, for the seekers like me, devoted to the journey and who are here for the long haul, who are here to make the most of their life as we are on this marathon and this journey together. And that's not a quick fix. It's not a freebie. It's a real life, invested journey.